Welcome to Mythic Terrain. In the golden haze of 1940s California, a revolution was born that didn't involve soldiers or politicians, but beef, buns, and a stopwatch. Two brothers, Richard and Maurice McDonald, stood in the dust of San Bernardino with a radical vision. They looked at the traditional restaurant with its long wait times and complicated menus, and they saw a broken machine. They decided to do the unthinkable. They closed their successful business for months to redesign the very concept of a kitchen. They brought their staff to a tennis court and drew the kitchen layout in chalk. They made their employees dance through the motions of flipping burgers and salting fries until every movement was a masterpiece of efficiency. This was the birth of the Speedy Service System. It wasn't just cooking, it was industrial engineering applied to the human appetite. They turned the kitchen into a high-speed instrument, capable of delivering a meal in seconds, a feat that, at the time, felt like sorcery from the future. The brothers had the engine, but they lacked the fuel to take it across the horizon. That fuel arrived in the form of Ray Kroc. He was a 52-year-old salesman, a man who had spent his life chasing the American dream but always finding it just out of reach. He was selling multi-mixers, machines that could make 5 milkshakes at once. When he heard of a small stand in California that had ordered 8 of these machines, he didn't believe it. He had to see the mystery for himself. When Kroc pulled into the parking lot, he didn't just see people eating, he saw a goldmine. He saw a system so perfect it could be dropped into any city in the world and flourish. While the brothers were content with their one perfect shop, Kroc was a conqueror. He saw the golden arches not as a local sign, but as a flag to be planted in every corner of the globe. He convinced the brothers to let him lead the expansion, starting a partnership that would eventually lead to a collision of two very different worlds, the craftsman versus the corporatizer. As the arches began to rise across the landscape, a dark cloud appeared. Ray Kroc was becoming famous, but he was also becoming broke. The cost of building and maintaining the restaurants was swallowing his profits. The empire was growing, but the treasury was empty. Then, a man named Harry Sonneborn entered the scene with a secret that would change the DNA of the company forever. He told Kroc that he was looking at the business through the wrong lens. Sonneborn explained that the real value wasn't in the meat, it was in the dirt beneath the grill. McDonald's began a massive campaign to buy the land under every new franchise. They became the landlords of their own operators. This transformed the company into a real estate juggernaut. It created a layer of ironclad financial security that no competitor could touch. They weren't just selling burgers, they were colonizing the most valuable intersections in America. This hidden engine of wealth allowed the empire to survive economic storms that would have crushed any other food business. The tension between the founders and the salesmen eventually reached a breaking point. Ray Kroc wanted total control, the brothers wanted to protect the sanctity of their original idea. It was a war for the soul of the brand. In a move of ruthless ambition, Kroc forced a buyout. He paid the brothers millions, but he demanded a price that was much higher, their name. He stripped them of the right to use McDonald's on their own building. The betrayal didn't end with a signature. Kroc opened a brand new, high-tech McDonald's right across from the brothers' original location, now renamed the Big M. He used his massive resources to crush the men who had given him the idea in the first place. Kroc would go on to be celebrated as the founder in every history book and training manual, while the brothers were relegated to the footnotes. It is a story of how the map of history is often rewritten by the person who holds the most power, leaving the true originators in the shadows of their own creation. Today, the sun never sets on the McDonald's empire. It has become a global language, a symbol of consistency and cultural dominance. From the neon lights of Tokyo to the historic streets of Paris, the golden arches stand as a testament to the power of a single, perfected idea. It has reshaped how the world eats, how it works, and how it views the concept of time. Whether viewed as a miracle of modern business or a cautionary tale of corporate greed, the footprint of this empire is indelible. It shows that when human ambition is paired with scientific precision, the result is an immortal force that can reshape the very geography of our planet. It is a story of a small desert stand that grew into a world-spanning kingdom, a mythic terrain built on speed, land, and the relentless pursuit of more. Thank you for exploring the hidden history of the Burger King with us. This is Mythic Terrain. If you are drawn to the deep stories of our world, subscribe and journey with us into the next mystery.